Alrighty, we're gonna add an outlet here. Here in the country I was born in, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a 110, 120 volt switch loop or in a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So I'll show you how to install this new outlet on the other side of a wall using an old workbox and some 12-2 wire. Okay, so we're gonna see where this, this box is mounted on a stud on this side of the wall and it's open on this side of the wall. So we're gonna make sure we have enough room to get a box cut in on the other side. So it feels like we have enough room on the other side. So we're going to take our drill and we're going to drill a hole through. And we're going to drill it a little bit of an angle so we don't hit the back of this box. Okay, so that drill is coming through there. With your 1-screw RGFI from the box. Okay, and we have a opening over here in our box, so we will go on the other side and we'll cut our box. Okay, so our drill bit came out right here, so we can take and we'll trace our box right here, so we'll cut it. So we'll go down the sides, across the top, come down the side, go across the bottom here, and we'll take our box, we'll trace our hole cutting openings here. So we'll take where it's called our keyhole stop, and we'll go across, and we'll go down, we'll go across this way, down our side here. Okay, let's make our little notch for our screw to go in. And we'll make sure our box is going to fit in our hole. It's just going to fit in there nicely. Just go slightly down the side here, just not a lot, just a very tiny smidgen so we get our hold it in here. Okay, so we got to make a way for this one and this one, so we'll do just a little bit here, and a little bit here. So I'm going to go on the other side now. I'm going to poke my 12-2 wire through to hook our outlet up. I gotta feel around down here, find our wire. I found it right here. Okay, so this is our wire we're going to hook up. So we're going to make sure our screw here for holding our box is tight. And we'll take out the one clamp we're not going to be using here. Okay, so we're going to put our ground wire, green screw onto our ground wire to the box. So we have a threaded hole. We'll put it right up here. It's a 1032 hole. Or you could put it in this one down here. These two holes in the back, they're also threaded the same. So we'll use our handy tool here to strip our Romex. So we'll strip our wire, take our wire out of the jacket here. We're going to get all of our debris off of it here. If you're looking to drill a hole up through a floor into a wall, you can take a drill with a smaller drill bit than the one I just used. Drill down through the floor and measure back maybe 2 inches to drill up into the wall. So that's how I found the hole for drilling this hole next to the box I'm coming out of. So pop off our debris. So we'll open up our clamp here, our opening to go into the box. Bring about a ½ inch of the jacket into our box. Round wire hooked up around our green terminal here. I'll take the side off the box so you see how it's done. Ground wire down here around the screen screw. Put around the green screw like that there. Get it nice and tight. I'm going to close the loop a little bit better there. See, it's not quite closed. I'll close it up a little bit better. Okay, now I'll let you take a look at that there. And we'll put our side back on our box here. Okay, so now we'll stick our box into our wall here. Sits in the wall like this here. Okay, so these are called box holders. So they come in pairs, so you just separate them like this. You always put your long one at the top and your shorter one at the bottom. So you go in the wall like this. Go in and you drop make sure the box is in. You drop this down a little bit, bend it over. Push it in, and you'll take your needle nose pliers and you'll squeeze these little tabs closed. And we'll do the same on this side over here. We're going to push in on our box here again. Push this up into the wall like this. Push that back in there. There it goes. Push it in. Now bring it down. Now I'll push it on this side of the box. And I'll push it nice and hard so it goes in nice and flat. Bend it over, push it in. Okay. Push in, bend in. Okay, now we'll take our needle nose again and we'll bend these little, make sure our little tabs are bent over nice and flat so that they don't hit the side of our outlet. Okay, so our tabs are bent in nice and flat. Now I'll hook our outlet up. Alrighty, so here in the country I was born in, our outlets are polarized. You'll see one slot is wider than the other. Your black wire goes on the brass screw, or red or blue, because red and blue are live. white is neutral. It goes on the silver colored screw, which is the wider slot. And of course your bare ground wire goes on the green screw. So we'll get our wires ready to hook this up. I'll shorten these wires up just a bit. I like to take about an inch off so I don't get any insulation under our screw head, and we get a nice loop all the way around. We'll hook our white and our ground up first. Make sure your insulation is not pinched under the screw head. Like that, and we'll just tighten it up like that. Like that, and we'll close the screw we're not using, just so it doesn't move around and touch something we don't want to touch. Now we'll flip our outlet down and we'll fold our ground wire to stay on the bottom of the box. Like that, and we'll push it down. We'll put our black on our brass screw, so we'll close our other screw here. Might take a smidgen more off, not much, just a tiny smidgen like that there. You can see how small that little piece was. Because you want to make sure you don't get any insulation caught under the screw head. Okay, so we'll bring it up here. Make sure it's nice and tight like that there. Okay, so now we can push our wire device into our box. We'll go up and we'll go down with our black and our white. And we'll screw our device into our box. Make sure our round wire is staying down away from everything. There it is. So I'll screw our device and just shape our wire so when it goes against the back of the box it doesn't stress on it really. So see how it's going in like an accordion there? And I'll finish that by hand so I don't strip my holes out. Get nice and straight on our box. One, two, and now we can stick our cover on this. I like Eaton products. They're made here in the country I was born in too. Alright, so we got our outlet hooked up. Now we'll go hook it up to the other end. So we're going to pigtail our ground wires here. I'll clip it even with the shortest one here. Hopefully we have a wire nut. And we go. Okay, so we'll push our ground wire back into our box, get it out of our way here. So this is a kind of a terminal. You can put two wires under one pressure plate. So you don't want to strip too much off. Like that. Just hold it up here, make sure it's the right length. It's going to be about the right length there. Do the same with our white wire. Just hold it up here to see if it's the right length. Yes, it is, so we can. Okay, so we have both wires in our hole, under our pressure plate there. Like that there. See how I see just a little bit of copper down here and just a little bit up here, and our insulation's not pinched. So we'll do the same over here on our white wire side. Okay, again we have just a little copper showing back here, and you can see the copper up here. And we have our load screws tightened, and now we'll just put our ground wire in under that pressure plate. I can see it come through up here on the top. And now we'll just push it back into our wall here. And I'll keep our ground wire up at the top so it stays away from everything. We don't want it to touch. Okay, so we have to put some washers down here because our box is a little crooked in the wall here. It's nice and tight. I'll just snug it by hand. So I'll strip my holes out. And now we'll just stick our cover back on here. I don't know where the other screw is, but if I don't find it, I'll just have to remember to get another one. I'm not going to get all worked up and bent out of shape because it's nothing else than a screw. So if it's gone, it's gone. You don't get worked up over it. Doesn't pay. Okay, so we'll go down and turn our breaker on. Okay, so this little red indicator is on, meaning it's stripped. So we'll reset it, and we'll plug in our polarity tester here. Our two orange lights are lit, and we'll test the GFI with this button down here, and it tripped it, so this is working properly. So there's the polarity tester. So when I plug this in, our two orange lights are lit, meaning it's hooked up correctly. Alrighty, so thanks for watching. That is how to wire outlets here in the country I was born in, having them properly polarized.